What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Did y'all miss us? Did y'all miss us? Did y'all miss us? Like Nitra, Erskine,
Uh,
LB? Did y'all miss us?
uh,
Did y'all
uh,
miss us? What's up? What's
uh,
up? What's up? What's
uh,
up?
uh.
Happy Saturday, everybody. How is everybody doing this weekend? How is everybody doing this weekend?
You know what? It was rather hot and humid in the,
Was
the,
it?
the Garden State. I'm telling you, like really.
Yeah, same thing here over here in New York. When I say I was cutting the grass and I thought the devil was riding around on the lawnmower with me.
Oh, not the devil. Not
It
the
was
devil.
hot. It was hot, y'all. It
Yeah,
was hot.
Not the
yeah.
devil. Not the
It
devil.
was it
Oh
was
my
hot,
God.
y'all. It was hot. But it's good though to get some good warm weather. We got some rain, heavy rain, and it probably just stopped like maybe 5 minutes ago because I know when I was setting up, the
Uh-huh.
rain was like. So
Yeah, it stopped
I
a
don't
little
know.
while.
How's it doing over there in the NJ, Mr. Brooks?
You know what? Let me tell you. I don't know if normally I'm usually up on the weather and all of that good stuff. But for some reason, there was a tropical storm that came through, and that's where all this rain and wind, like last night, it was really bad, and it finally stopped a little while ago. That's probably why y'all was still getting it, and that
Mm.
is why I said I'm gonna come home. I'm not going out there in that. Nope. Mm-mm.
That is
That's all right.
hilarious.
Well, we missed our viewers. We want to say welcome back,
Absolutely.
everybody. Happy
Yes.
Saturday.
Happy Saturday,
I guess I'm going to
everybody.
do the introduction tonight. I can do the introduction tonight.
Yes, you can do
Okay.
the introduction now.
All right, everybody. Well, anyway, welcome back to another fun-filled Saturday of Unfiltered No Chaser. My name is
Yes.
Erskine E.J. Alexander, and I'm checking in from the great city and state of New York. And I'm a mental health clinician here in New York, as well as an actor. And the purpose of this show, it was created because we're in quarantine season, and there's so much going on with this whole COVID-19 situation. So we're just having fun. We're just having fun. Like I said, I'm a mental health clinician here in New York. I'm an actor, and I'm a husband, and I'm a father as well. And so, just enjoying life to the fullest, pursuing dreams, and always staying focused and staying positive the best way that I can. So that's my story, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Mr. LB, my neighbor.
Well, won't you be my neighbor? You be my neighbor. Thank you so much for that. Welcome again, guys, and thank you so much, Nitra and EJ, for allowing me to sit in on my nice, comfy couch and enjoy a good, nice, good conversation with you guys. And so for as myself, I am a classmate from high school, from Nitra and EJ, class of 19. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I gotta take a drink.
Yeah, take a drink. Take a drink. Oh.
My background is in political science and then also global human resources for the past 16 years. And I thank you guys again for allowing me to partake in these conversations. And on that note, the illustrious, the fabulous
The fabulous
Nitra.
Nitra.
What's going on, everybody? I am Nitra, the jackstress of all trades, and
Jackstress.
yes, honey, you like that word?
I like that. I think Wells should coin it.
Yes, a jackstress of all trades and master of some. I work for the Department of None of Your Business. I am a government employee. I am a mother of generational children. If you do not know what generational children means, is that my first set of children
I like
is
that. I think Wells
24
should
and
coin it.
21 years old. And my youngest baby, she is 13. So I have one in the Navy, one in college, and one that is an eighth grader and an all-star cheerleader. So let's see what else about me. Well, okay, so when I say I'm a jack of all trades and a master of some, that technically also means that beside my government position, I am also I have a product line. I had a lash studio, but with COVID-19, I actually closed up my lash studio
Mm.
because I have asthma and I don't trust people being truthful about whether or not they have COVID-19. And being that some people can have it and don't even have symptoms, I cannot put myself and my household in jeopardy thinking that I could come up sick. So that's why you see me coughing all the time, because that's one of the side effects of having asthma. So, but I also have a little 1-year-old grandson that is my little nugget. So if you will follow me on my regular page and I shout out Nugget, that's who I'm talking about.
She's
But
talking about Nugget.
also, besides me doing lashes and everything, I also used to do hair. So I've been a licensed cosmetologist since 1997. Nope, 96. Nope, 90, yeah, 96. 96. um Master cosmetologist in the state of Georgia, which that was including the nails, so therefore I do my own nails. And I'm licensed, or was licensed, in the state of Virginia, and licensed currently still in the state of Maryland. But with all that being said, we got people asking. The last time we did the show, we didn't do the show last weekend because everybody wanted to see fireworks, and those of you all that still participate in 4th of July, we didn't want to, you know, come between the festivities and
Sure.
the show. So we took a break off last week. So this week, I mean, well, come leading up to this week, I was getting tons of people saying, "Hey, the last conversation we had, I really enjoyed it. Y'all should do a part two." And I'm pretty sure LB and EJ has also received those same
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
comments from them. So with all of that being said, we decided to do a part two of this show. And we'd like to welcome back our regular people. Bruce is out in Germany, so shouts out to Bruce because it's probably about 3 something in the morning. And shouts out to Tommy, that is in a part of another group that I am in on Facebook, and she has become a regular person. So shouts out. So let's
Welcome
get
back, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
it. Let's get into it, everybody. So who wants to start it off? Because last time I started off, y'all try to take my head off,
Hey,
hand it on the
nobody
platter.
tried to come for you.
So
We ain't got that kind of strength.
Not at all. Not
At all. So we don't know what she's talking about.
So let's start with the viewers this time, because we normally start off with our own discussions and then we bring the viewers in. But if the viewers wants to start, so Tracy, let's start off with Tracy Adams.
That's my girl
said,
Tracy.
she says,
Brown
what
College.
does too strong mean? Help me. Well, Tracy, from my observation, and the guys might see it different, a lot of times when the word too strong is thrown in the mix with a female, especially a black female, it typically means that she don't need you. She can do it by herself. She sometimes she will come off as though she don't even want you. It comes off as I'm not gonna even say an alpha female, and the reason I say not an alpha female is because I am an alpha female. However, I want you and I need you. I'm not a man. So there are things, I can be submissive to the right man. I can. So that's why I say that's not an alpha female. Hey Travis, that is just a woman that is so strong headed.
Sure.
She don't see nothing else but what she sees, and what she sees is the right way. And if it's not her way, then you can go hit the highway.
And listen.
So, unfortunately, a lot of women are indoctrinated into this mindset for whatever reason, and unfortunately, it's embedded in them as they grow up as little girls, because daddy is not in the household, and then there's mama, and then there's grandma, and then grandpa probably is either dead or he left grandma at some point in time too. Or they probably was never married at the time. So it a lot of times that's where that too strong part come in. Or like we said the last time, situations in life will make the female the too strong one. Like she could be in a marriage or could be in a relationship where the man is slacking significantly for whatever the reason is, and she has to pick up that pieces. So then when he decides to be the husband or the man of the house, or tells them that they're the man, she can say, whoa, wait a minute, you the man now? Okay, so I was the man yesterday because I was doing this, and that, and the other. So that's what too strong means, and it can hurt you, but it can also be a benefit for a woman.
Yeah.
Mm. You know what? I will say this. So shout out to all the first of all to all the single mothers out there because it's first of all it's hard enough to live in this world. Number one. Number two, it's hard enough. I mean, it gets harder when you now have a child or you have a second
Hmm.
one or something like that.
Yeah.
And now you really don't get a mental break. You have things at work, and then you have to deal with things at home, and then you have to come home and do schoolwork. So I get the reason why women would have to have that sort of very, very tough outer shell because that's really the only way that they're going to be able to sort of maintain their sanity. But
Yeah.
there comes a time where if they want to get into a relationship, or they want to sort of venture out and date and some things, sometimes that can get a little bit blurred because they're so used to being, I don't want to say dominant, but they're so used to making all decisions, all things, and
Yeah.
sometimes it can just be hard to
Yeah.
relinquish,
Yeah.
some of that some of that responsibility. And so then it comes this conflict of saying, okay, well, what do I do? What do I say? I don't want to, do this or do that. And sometimes that can be a little bit off-putting for a man who is like, look, I'm just trying to do whatever it is that tries to make you happy, right? But
Right.
then it's going to be hard for a woman to sort of, switch that up a little bit. So I get it. It's definitely not easy. But my hats go off to anyone, any female who at this point, is doing all the best they can to keep head above water.
Yeah. And
PJ.
You're
I
right.
I agree
Well,
with that.
yeah. Yeah. To piggyback on what both you guys are saying, you have a woman that's so strong because she's had to wear the hats, especially being a single mother. Being a single mother and having to wear all the hats in the household, responsible for the bills, having to make sure this is straight with the kids, it's a lot. It's a lot. And when you get into a routine of normally doing that, you're automatically going to get strong. You're automatically going to get strong. There's a strength, inner strength that you're going to have as well as physical, believe it or not, that allows you to carry the weight. And when you've done it for so long, it's kind of hard to turn that knob off. I kind of want to I want to go into what Tracy said. She put up a quote. She said, "Should a strong woman peel back so that a man doesn't feel uh, emasculated?" I don't think so at all. Because I think a man that understands your strength, he's not going to have a problem with that. He's just going to come in to
Exactly.
balance it out. He's going to come
Right.
in and you both elevate together because it's not to bring you down or lower the bar. It's basically to just keep you both on the same page to elevate.
Right. Right. And he'll understand, so if he's in tune with like your background and you're being, honest about your background, like your
That's,
upcoming, you
thank you. I
know,
was just getting ready to say that.
then,
Yeah.
if you're vulnerable enough to be honest about your upbringing and the struggles you may or may not have with your
Sure.
upbringing, if he understands that, then he will soften you and nurture you to where you will feel comfortable enough
Right.
to relinquish some of those, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. But it takes a special man to deal with that type of woman. You
Right.
can't take a passive man, and I'm not even saying passive aggressive, I mean a straight up passive man,
Mm-hmm.
and think that he's going to be with this strong woman, um
Mm-hmm.
and she's not going to stay that same way. He's going to stay passive and she's going to stay that. And what could possibly happen is that when she realizes how passive she is, then she's going to start verbally abusing him. And I don't mean always
Mm.
in a malicious way, but basically telling him, you don't do this, you don't do that, I have to do this, who you talking to, I do what I want to do because you don't do that type of verbal abuse. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Right.
now it goes into what Tracy was asking about the emasculation of the man, because now he's looking like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? She's so strong. She's so strong. She won't let me do anything. So instead of you, as the man, changing up or trying to change up, then she's going to always do that. That's why you can't have a
Mm.
passive man and a strong woman together. And again, I separate strong women from alpha women, because you can be a strong woman but be passive aggressive, be a passive aggressive woman also.
But a
You
strong
understand
man
what I'm
is not
saying?
right. I totally agree with you. But a strong man, a man that's confident in himself, he's not going to have a problem with that.
No, he's not. But I
He's
was
not going to
talking
have a
about a
problem with
pass.
that.
I was talking about a beta man, a
Right. Okay.
passive man.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's not going to be able to control the situation with the very strong woman. He's not. And what the last thing you want to do is emasculate a man. I don't care. I don't care how soft he is. I don't agree with emasculating a man. However, comma,
Uh-oh.
I will call you a bitch if I feel like I'm the dude in the relationship.
What
I will
damn?
do that.
What
I
damn?
have done that. I'm not no longer in those relationships. Ernst can know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're
Okay?
talking about.
So I will call you a bitch if I feel like I'm the dude in a relationship. Listen here, this is what we
Right.
not about to do. But but that's a whole nother topic right
Whole other topic.
there. But I don't personally. I don't think it's right to emasculate a man, because we got enough people out here trying to emasculate. That's why I do not like the word MF. Have I used it? Yeah, I've used it. But you got to take me all the way there for me to even use that word. Um,
Yeah. I,
but but yeah,
I would like to comment on some of our viewers. I'm looking at Miss, what is it, Tommy,
yeah. I
Miss
was looking at
Beast.
that one too when I
She
was
said,
talking.
I had someone tell me my issue. I had someone tell me my issue is I don't need a man because I have everything and a man has nothing to offer me. That is not true. And I hate that I'm seen that way.
And that's
It,
not true, because you
yeah,
want
that's not true.
love, you want
Right.
affection. You know,
Absolutely.
you cannot buy love and affection. I don't care if
No.
you go to a
I'm
million prostitutes, and I'm not saying Tommy goes to prostitutes, but I'm just saying you can go. There is no way that you can purchase a bottle of love.
Right.
A dog can't even love you the way a man can love you. You understand what I'm saying? A cat, can't love you. Your
Right.
TV can't love you. Your BMW or whatever you drive can't love you.
Right.
Your paycheck can't love you. You need a man or whoever you're attracted to. I just say man because you just need whoever you're attracted to, those people to
oh no,
love you.
nah, that check. When I get that
It
check,
don't love you because as
that
soon as you can get it, it can leave. Poof.
So now
shit.
let's go to
I hold on real close to it.
it's dollar bill, y'all. See that bank hit different when you secure the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
This kind of goes into. I'm sorry, but Lawrence. Okay, but no, you're right. You're right. You have to you have to love yourself. But like I said, I think any man, any strong man for all our strong brothers out there, or men, period. You don't have a problem with a strong woman if you're confident within yourself. I don't
Correct.
have a problem with a woman if she wants to make it happen. No problem. I'm not going to challenge you on that. As long as she knows in her mind that I'm bringing something to the table.
You know
As
what?
long as I show to her that I'm bringing something to the table. I don't have a problem with your strength. I don't think
Yeah.
any strong, confident man is not going to have a problem with a strong woman's strength at all.
One of the things I want to add is that perception becomes reality, and I'm gonna say what I mean by that. Keep Tracy up for a second. The
Okay.
only reason why I say that is because we're all sort of guarded, right? And
Right.
we don't want to open up too much of the communication floodgate, thinking that someone is going to have an opportunity to either get over on us or
Mhm.
think that they're going to have this sort of one up over each other instead of trying.
Right.
Especially
Right.
when you've been hurt.
Exactly. And as each time that you've been in a relationship or if you've had an experience over and over again, and mind you, I don't even mean a relationship or sexual experience with someone, right? I mean, it could be your mother, your father, your grandma, like you were saying earlier, Anitra, you have those disconnections that base your foundation on how you interact with people in general. And now
Right.
you want to have an intimate relationship, with someone as well. And you're like, hey, all right, so what's going on? And so that man starts thinking that the imagery that you're putting out, right? If you don't have that open communication piece, that imagery that you're putting out, he's going to think is real. Now, the unfortunate part about it is that he's probably not going to say anything back to you either, because, you know, hopefully I hate to generalize, but, you know, maybe he just wants to smash, or maybe you just want to smash. So all of that sort of gets lost in translation, right? So I just wanted to mention that perception can be reality, and hopefully the two people can have a intelligent enough conversation that we all, I think, are speaking on in a utopian way to make sure that we can have the communication come across. Right. Okay, Nietzsche, go with Tracy.
Yeah. Tracy says, I think women, whether they admit it or not, wants a strong man who can stand on their own and stand up for her and their children. It makes them feel safe. Absolutely.
I agree.
Makes them feel safe.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
if a burglar come breaking in my house, I don't want you screaming like a little bitch, and I got to sit up here and act like I'm still in the army and defend the both of us. Like, that's why one of the things, you know, I'm 5'6". That's why, you know, with me, I'm 5'6". I don't want no dude 5'6" with me. I'm sorry. You gotta be 5'10" and above to be fucking with me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I had the image in my head of somebody breaking into the house, and all of a sudden,
oh, God,
the man starts screaming.
Oh,
God, shut up, bitch!
Right. Yeah, I'm just being honest. That's why I'm 5'6". Okay. I don't need no 5'6" dude. You got to be with me. You got to be 5'10".
But now but you know what?
Because to me,
what if he's 5'6" and he's a Muay Thai fighter?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Okay, so there's layers. There's layers to this. Okay,
let's break it down.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. He could be 5'6" and be a damn Mike Tyson. I get that.
Mike Tyson was not tall.
Will you listen? Stop bumping your gums and listen. I don't give a shit if Mike Tyson was tall or short, fat or round. I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying as far as this person being 5'6" and can fight like Mike Tyson. I'm not using Mike Tyson because, first of all, Mike Tyson cannot hold an intelligent conversation enough without me laughing at the way he's saying things. Okay. So, so what I'm saying is he could be 5'6", but he still can't be with me because why? Because when I put on heels, you still need to be fucking taller than me.
So wait a minute. So okay? that means that your imagery of someone who's able to be a protector is labeled by a certain physical stature.
For me, sounds like. For me,
for you. Okay, for you. If that's for you.
Yeah.
But that's just like us saying.
Because it makes me feel
okay.
comfort. Now my son is 5'7". Okay. We're gonna be protecting each other while he open him. All right. So, you know, my son, I understand people cannot help their height. They can't help their height. And, you know, my side of the family, we don't come from giants, okay? My oldest daughter is only 5'4". My mom is 5 foot. She's probably just 5 foot now. She was 5'2" at one point in her life. But we don't come from tall people. So, therefore, that's why I prefer a man that is taller than myself. Or I'm gonna have to bring out my 9 and just shoot up everybody that break in my damn house. What? I got a 9. What?
Damn.
No. I'm just saying shit. I want to be in your house because I ain't carrying no gun. I want you to blow everybody the fuck up too. I'm telling you right now, I'm not carrying no gun.
But let me ask you guys. But let me ask you guys this. So are we looking at the definition of a strong man versus height, weight?
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just
Stop
saying.
taking my words and twisting shit every fucking week.
I'm just telling you.
Yes, you do. Yes, every week you twist my damn words.
I'm just telling the truth. That's
when Nietzsche speaks on things, Nietzsche speaks 90% of the time. When Nietzsche saying specific things like the height requirement, that is for Nietzsche. Nobody else.
What the hell?
Hell, Tommy I don't know not how old, but how tall Tommy is. She might be 4'11". She might want somebody 5 foot. You know, that might be her tall, strong man. I don't fucking know. But for me, that shit ain't working for me. See?
But that's somebody that got love for the 5'6" dude, though. So you can't say that.
It's imagery.
You see how tall Chris is.
My
Chris
point
is
exactly. But you know
my
what?
my ex
I got a
husband was built
homeboy.
like a fucking football player.
I got
Not
a
the
homeboy. I got a homeboy that's 5'6" right now, and I'll walk into any jungle, any hardcore neighborhood with him. And
and
what?
that's good for you. But guess
I'm
what?
just saying.
He
And I
don't
guarantee
make me feel fucking secure.
how you know
Cause
that?
we both gonna be out there fucking fighting.
Cause
Okay?
he's short.
I'm gonna have a machete.
So wait a minute. So he gonna get wait a minute. So he gonna get one knee and you gonna go get the other knee?
There you
Basically, that's
go.
what it's
Cause we the same, almost the same fucking
That's what
height.
it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. That's what
Y'all
it's looking like.
are
See,
stupid.
Tracy said, let me put her stuff. Tracy 5'4" at $160. She said she like statuesque men. Thank you. Thank you. These are what we like, okay? Tommy is 5'7", so she an inch taller than me. Okay. See, look what Tommy said. She ain't trying to breastfeed no man that's the same damn height as
You
her.
know
So
what?
you're
You know
trying to
what?
tell
Let me
me?
tell you something. Now, hold on one second. Now I
Get her, Lawrence. Get her, LB. Get her.
I get what Tommy and Tracy and Nitra is saying. For them, the image of safe is someone that is taller than them, that they can wrap their hands around, that they can put their head in his chest and feel safe and secure. But they will be the first ones that will be the weakest bitches that you will ever find.
Thank you.
No, because
That's
I don't
all I'm
mess with no
saying.
weak.
That's
No,
all
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, no, no.
That's what I'm saying. First of all,
wait a minute.
you
Travis
can
is
say-
stupid. Look at Travis. This is Erskine's brother.
My brother Travis down in Columbus, Georgia. What's up, bro?
I want to ride all the
Get
rides.
your ass. Exactly.
Travis,
Exactly.
I don't go to Six Flags, so I don't know. I go to King's Dominion, baby.
Okay,
I
it's
knew
the
you
same
said
damn thing.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Same thing. Okay, first of all,
Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, you put Chris in the ring with a Mike Tyson. Who you gonna go with?
Chris.
No, you're not.
Oh no, you trust and believe. I'll go with Chris.
Listen,
You go with
one
Chris
thing
and you
I
lose
will
your
say,
damn money because Mike
Now,
Tyson
one
gonna
thing I
watch.
will-
No, that might be a tight fight. I don't
No, it
know.
won't. No,
That might
I
be a
bet
tight
every
fight.
paycheck I
Listen.
get for the rest of my life, baby. Don't nobody
Hold on
want no
one second.
smoke with a 5'6"
One thing-
Mike Tyson.
One thing I will say.
You mean the 1990s Mike
No,
Tyson or the
what you-
2020
No,
Mike Tyson?
no. Whoa.
No,
Hold on.
be specific. That's like Luther. You want thin Luther or the big Luther?
Okay.
Luther who's curled on quite
Okay, I'm about-
right.
Right. No,
Okay.
I'm about to pull up
Let's-
Mike Tyson right now at 52.
I'm
That's
not
all I
pulling
got
up
to say.
Mike Tyson because I
That's
don't give
all
a
I'm
shit
saying.
about Mike Tyson. You pull up Mike Tyson.
But you mean to tell me? But see, the
Mike
thing
Tyson is
saying,
fat and out of shape.
No, he's not. No, he's
Oh, did he
not.
lose his weight? Did he
Mike
get back in
Tyson-
shape?
Yes, he is. Yes,
Oh,
he
well,
is.
good for him. That must be your
so
idol because you're
It is
talking
my
about him
idol.
awfully light.
First of all, Mike Tyson would wash your 6-foot dude, so you can't be saying that.
I don't give a shit. The stomach
I'm
is
just
not
telling you
about
the truth.
fucking Mike Tyson right now.
No. You're basically saying if the person is 6 feet and up or taller than 5'8" and up, you're saying you feel more protected versus a guy that's 5'6", and I don't think that's a true statement.
Oh no, it's
That's
true.
not a true statement for
Oh,
who?
no, wait.
For anybody, you can't say, "Well,
true.
I wouldn't be protected because the guy's 5'6".
It's true.
That you're taking again. This is
Break
what
it down.
frustrates me with you. This
You
is
can
what
get frustrated all you want because I'm telling you the truth.
Will you shut up for a
You
second?
shut up.
This is what frustrates me with you. You take my words and you twist the shit, and it's like
That's
that
not
ain't
twisting.
even what I'm.
That is not
Stop
twisting.
talking.
You stop talking. First of all,
Okay. He takes my words and he twists them.
you
Okay.
do that shit one more time, I'm getting the fuck off this air. How about that?
Calm your nerves down. Don't
All
get
right.
mad now. Don't get mad.
All right, I'm about to tell
Don't
you
get
about
mad.
yourself.
Don't get
I'm about to
mad.
tell you
Now
about
you want to get
yourself.
mad.
I ain't getting
Well,
mad.
tell
I'm
me
about to tell
about
you about
myself. Don't
It's
get mad.
It's a debate, but you don't.
No, but listen to me. You don't
Go ahead.
let me finish talking
Go
before
ahead.
you start interjecting. So no, I'm done. You say what you got to say.
Okay, what I'm saying
about your
is,
6-foot man.
What I'm saying is, you're saying you feel more protected by a guy that's bigger in stature. Am I correct? Answer the question.
I'm not answering. I'm letting you talk.
Okay, all I'm saying is there are some women out there that will feel just as protected with their 5'6" and 5'7" man regardless. That's what I'm saying. If that's your preference, that's your preference. That's Nitra's preference.
That's what I've been saying the whole
Okay, but
fucking
what I'm
time.
no, but no, 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 no. But if that's your preference, that's your preference. But you can't say that's for everybody, though. That's not for
I never
everybody.
said that. That's the
Yes, you
thing. I
did. You
never
said, well,
said
I
that.
don't think.
I never said that. I never
Well,
said
wind the
that.
tape. Well, wind the
I
tape.
said me. I said me. And then I
Wait
started
a
reading off
minute.
what
About
Tommy said. And then I
One said
started
on the
reading
tape,
off what
rewind the
Tracy said.
tape.
I never said everybody. I never
anyway.
said
Next
everybody.
question.
I
Go
can
on to
give
the
a
next
shit
question.
about anybody else's preferences. I'm talking about Nitra. Nitra don't want no 5'6" man. Nitra don't want no 5'7" man, no 5'8" man, or no 5'9" man. Nitra prefers 5'10" and taller. So don't tell me what Nitra said. Nitra know what she like. So
This
don't
ain't
do
got
that.
nothing to do with you. We talking about the viewers.
Erskine,
Never
we're
mind.
talking about both. And then all I did was put up what Tracy and them said.
Okay.
But carry on.
Carry on.
Bruce said he gonna borrow my 9.
Thank you. Bruce said, I'm 6'2", 240. I'm not Mike Tyson. I'm borrowing Nietzsche's now. Thank you. Now you go tell Mr. Big Man to jump in the ring with a 5'6" Mike Tyson. And I'm not saying he's my hero, but he jumped in the ring with a
What's the
5'6" Mike
topic
Tyson.
again, Bruce? The topic is about strong women. Are women too strong for some men? That was the topic. But somehow we on fucking Mike Tyson
I don't
and
know.
Can I?
his
We
Can I?
fucking
talking about
height
Look,
and shit.
size. We talking about damn
trying to
size.
make. I was trying to make an intellectual point for both of y'all. Can I make my intellectual point?
Nobody's talking but you. But so
Okay,
carry
great.
on.
So
Why
I'm
you?
gonna carry on.
Angry woman.
I'm
Fuck
gonna
you.
carry on. I hate.
Our viewers, we can do this because we've loved each other since the age of 14. Just for the record, everybody. I just want to put that out there. We've been friends since the age of 14, so we do this. But go ahead. They're gonna be
I
like,
hate you
these
both.
niggas don't like each other for real.
Right.
I-
Wait a minute. Then next you gonna lead the show, and then it'll just be me.
Y'all need my New York energy. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry, Lawrence. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm just simple little New Jersey stuck in between New York and Maryland. I don't want to part of the war. I'm not in it. I'm just gonna sit and make some cannolis. I ain't trying to trying to do that. Listen, so what I'm gathering is that
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's all about what people think a strong image is, right?
Yeah.
So for some people, it is a tall, statuesque man with big, broad shoulders, things of this nature. Now, I do know some men won't date a tall woman because it just from dating a tall woman makes them feel emasculated. Doesn't mean that she's emasculating him, but some men don't like tall women. So it's the concept is just making people feel safe and secure in what they like in someone that makes them feel safe. I think that's what Lanitra's point was in the point
Hey,
that
you
you
better
was
watch
making.
your mouth. Cut that first part off.
The Nitra. It was French. I said the Nitra. I said. So I think it's important also to think that strong. I can't. I'm about to. You know what? Just cut me. I don't know what the fuck y'all problem is. I'm gonna fix this shit.
Let's see what Tracy's talking about. Tracy says, I am not the only. I can't read.
Yeah, I got it. I'm not only looking at it from a safety standpoint. I like 6 feet because I like 6 feet. I like some men like women who are under 150 pounds. Mm-hmm. Some people like coffee. I like tea. It's not because coffee isn't good. I just happen to like tea. If a 5'8" or a 5'9" or a 5'10" is good and sweet to me and makes me feel safe, then I will not put him down for not being over 6 feet. That's all, with a 9mm Glock.
Right, and that's where it says prefer. So she prefers that, but she's not. That's what all I'm trying to say. She prefers, I prefer. It doesn't mean that you would never, ever date someone that's not what you prefer.
You know what I was going to say? I thought about something when I stated earlier that we were talking about a strong woman. Well, I put it in the context of a single mother, but you also have a lot of women out there who are just very, very strong, career oriented.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I didn't. It just popped in my head. Um,
Yeah. Like
and
that's
sometimes,
all they see is career, 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 career.
right,
They have
right.
no
I'm trying
interest
to.
of dating. If
Yep.
they are married, then they probably
Yeah.
neglect their husband because they're driven. They're
Yeah.
that's their thing. And that also could become from how they was raised also.
Right.
They probably came from nothing, or they saw that they had to be career driven first before they could actually enjoy life. And then
I
sometimes
had to do part B. I mean, do
life
part A
passes
first.
them by.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, before they
Right.
can, they have to make sure that their bank account looks this particular way. So I say the bank account, and it made me think about somebody. When I was a IT technician, um, um, at the Pentagon, there was a girl that was in our office, and she drove a BMW. She had money in the bank, but she clipped coupons. She would come to work with the newspaper to clip her
Hell yeah,
coupons.
the Ford
She
BMW.
would she would budget her what she spent on lunch, and it was like if you didn't know that she had a condo, she had a BMW, you would think that she was like didn't have a lot of money. Like even if you
Mm-hmm.
saw her on the streets, you wouldn't think that she had those high ticketed items because she would still go to Target or maybe Walmart and buy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't into purses. She wasn't into shoes. Um, if her bank account got below a certain amount, she would freak the fuck out. And like we would be like, "Why are you freaking out?" And she's like, "Because my bank account dropped X amount of dollars in it, and I got to figure out how to get redo that money." And this is before Uber and Lyft and all of that other kind of stuff came
Mm,
out. So
mm.
so she was very frugal with her money, and we would just sit around, because I'm a purse whore and I'm a shoe whore. So it was like, why you do, like, you don't have children, like, why are you? And it didn't dawn on me 2 years later. Then I was like, damn, that was, if I had did that, do you know how much money I mean, I got money in the bank, but I'm just saying
How
how
much
much
extra?
more money
How
I
much
could have
extra?
Yeah.
had in the bank. Now we never judged her. We just thought it was weird
Weird.
because her mindset was as though she was a single parent trying to make sure that everything was budgeted,
Yeah.
to a T, to the science. And she had no children. She didn't even have a damn dog or a cat. It was
Mm.
just her. So we would be like, well, why are you doing that? And she was like, because I have to make sure that I have this and that and the
Trauma.
other. Yeah,
Trauma.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Trauma.
And
Trauma.
that's what we got from it. Her sisters was married, they had kids and everything, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
Looking at it then, but hindsight, it was like, damn, that was genius. I should have did that when I
Yeah.
was, her
No.
age.
I like that.
But I had two
Right.
kids.
No, 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 no. But the fact that you're able to balance that out and have those kind of goals for yourself, that's a plus. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think any woman that has those kind of goals and they're driven like that, that's a phenomenal, phenomenal thing. A woman like that, any man that she gets with, it should be a situation where she's feeling like she's going up. It should feel like
Yes.
an advance. It has to feel like an
Mm-hmm.
advance, because if it feels like it's a decline, or because you got some guys that'll come in and they'll see a woman like that and they'll lay that pipe on her real good, just being honest, and they'll bring her down, and that income will drop down that she's worked so hard to establish, and then she'll get
Yeah.
to a point she'll feel like
Yeah.
she's losing. I have a friend of mine down in Atlanta, and I'm not going to say her name, but she was supposed to got married at one point, and needless to say, she felt like if she would have got married to the individual who she wanted to marry, she felt like the goals and everything that she's worked so hard to accomplish as for herself, she felt like she was going to lose it with him. So she pulled the plug on that wedding. She pulled the plug. The thing
Mm.
about it, when you fast forward we're 12 years, almost 10 years later, 10, maybe 10, 11 years later, she gets frustrated because she's not married, but she says, EJ, I'm so glad that I didn't get married, because I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm doing right now. Because he, quote unquote, made it clear that, well, you're the one with the master's degree. So I'm going to stay home and take care of the kids.
Oh, no, 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 no.
You
See,
know,
that's not teamwork. That's
that's
not
not teamwork.
teamwork.
Right, right.
That's not
But
teamwork.
yeah,
That is selfishness because
that's selfishness. Yeah.
and not knowing the whole story, that is selfishness. Now, if they both agree that he stayed and stayed with the kids until they was what I don't know, let's just say 5 years old
Mm-hmm.
because daycare is expensive as hell.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Then I
Mhm.
can totally understand that agreement between the both of them.
Right.
But if he's just saying no, I'm just gonna sit at home and do whatever it is that you do when you sit at home, because I'm not a housewife. I like that would just bug me to be a housewife, honestly. I just
Yeah. Yeah. But
that
like I said, so when you say strong woman, it's fine and dandy because you have a strong man that'll say, "Hey, I'm good for that." But you know what? You can have the guys that don't have the jobs or whatever, whatever, and say, "Hey, baby, I'm glad you're strong because I'm going to ride right off
yeah.
of your empire."
Yeah,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
There,
So you have to
let's get
be
back in
very
these
careful with that.
comments because
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Bruce
one I want you
Bruce
to pull
said,
up.
Right.
okay, Bruce said he hated dating strong women because at times it was an act of insecure, and I can see that too.
Yeah.
He said I think it makes their character a bit hypercritical. If you are strong, be strong, but really isn't any room for their insecurities. So
Yes.
again, that could be trauma of some
Yeah.
sorts
Mm-hmm.
that person went through for her to even act like, and again, when she's so strong to where she can't allow you to be a man, that
Wait a
becomes
minute. They may not even,
unattractive.
but I was just getting ready to say that they may not. They may miss
A
a
good one.
connection with a good man.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he
Right.
could, see her. I'm thinking, I don't know why I have a law firm in my head, but she's trying to be partner, and stuff like that. And
Here's a perfect example. Y'all remember the show Girlfriends? I remember
oh, I
this.
read it. Yes.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
remember I remember that episode where Tony told her, you got to be, a certain height
Hmm.
to ride this ride.
And then she got real jealous when Todd was like, "Okay, and I'm gonna go and mess with somebody else." And then she
He
felt all
did.
stupid.
She felt all
Right.
stupid, and then they got married and they had the baby, and then she didn't want to do nothing, and yeah, yeah, but again, even Tony's character and Anne Marie's character, who she played Tony had childhood issues because
Yes, she
remember
did.
Jennifer Lewis was her mom, and
Hmm.
there was a whole big disconnect where she felt
Yeah.
like she practically raised herself and stuff. So
Hmm.
Right.
that show
Right.
really needs to come back on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Lynn and all her 50 million degrees and still ain't doing no with her life.
Exactly.
But that was a really good show.
Yeah.
So Malcolm, you asked what did you miss? You missed me and Erskine fussing, and I took him off the show for 2.5 seconds. Then
She
he
won't
told
do
me
that again.
he was gonna walk off, but I had to get his attention because he wouldn't let me talk.
She won't do that again. Cause,
I won't
cause
do it again.
she won't do that
Now
again.
I won't do it again only because I love him.
She
That's the
loves
only
me.
reason. But other than that, we're just
She's
talking
so
about.
strong.
Other than that, we because I got the power. Other than that, we're just talking about strong women, how they can actually sometimes strong women can actually mess up a relationship. Like like Lauren said, you can actually miss a connection being so freaking strong. Like you so damn strong, so he just don't even want to deal with your ass no more because ew, like
Or
what?
it could be. I mean, it's a number of factors, right?
Yeah.
There was another movie I can't think of it. It was a Tyler Perry movie with Shamar. What's his name?
Shamar
Moore.
Moore. Yes.
No,
Diary of,
well, see, that
Diary of
was
a
a little
Mad Black
different.
Woman.
Yeah, that was a little different though.
No, what I'm saying is that she initially didn't want to go after him, because of the job that he had. Remember, and
Right.
then
What was she married to though? You see what I'm saying? That wasn't about being strong though. To me, that
no, I'm
wasn't
saying
about being strong. That was about her being uppity and she was mad that her husband kicked her ass out.
sure. No, I was using no, I was using that as an
packed up all her,
example that
packed up
sometimes
all. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's push pause
what's
for a
that?
second.
Pause.
Never mind, because that's a little too close to home. Erickson know what I'm about to say. Go ahead.
Oh God, I already know. I got it.
Never mind. Keep going. Keep
But you
going.
can hit on the edges. You have to go around the edges with that if you want to talk about that.
I
I
don't
think
want
you.
to because I'm
It's
I'm
up
just
to
gonna lip
you.
gloss
It's
on this one.
it's completely up to you if you want to talk about it. But if you know, but if it makes you uncomfortable, then don't do it.
Keep
That's
going,
up to you,
Lawrence.
Lawrence. I already know what she's.
I hate
Did
both of you,
Lawrence
but
freeze?
No,
oh, I was saying is that I was just using that as an example of how sometimes you have people to Bruce's point. Sometimes coming off as that strong person can sometimes seem hypocritical when they have that deepness. They want to have that connection. They want to have that relationship, and just by somebody walking up there, they don't even think it's at their stature or at their level of experience or whatever they're reaching their goal. They're making those quick decisions like that, and that could have been a good, great prime opportunity to meet somebody that would have fulfilled those needs that that woman was looking for at
but
that.
but but I kind of I understand what you're saying. But if we're gonna talk
Excuse me.
movie, the movie version of what you're talking about, she wasn't looking for anybody. She was hurt. Like her husband hurt her to the depths of her soul and did the most foul things to her. So she was not trying to entertain him when she had to get in that U-Haul truck. She didn't want no conversations with him. She didn't want nothing to do with him because she was hurting. Now, on the flip side of that, because we know at the end they wind up getting together and whatever. But on the flip side of that, I do agree with you with when you're this strong woman and then you have this I'm not this career, whatever it may be.
Sure.
um and then you find someone that doesn't make the same amount of money as you make, but then that's when you have if you're attracted to that person even though they don't make that type of money, then if you all start developing a friendship or a relationship, then those are some of the things that you could discuss. Like, yes, you just met this person and say they're a school teacher. Well, that might not be all that they do. They might be a basketball coach on along with being a school teacher. Or
right.
their end goal might be superintendent of a school system. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
like those are goals. Like people don't talk about their goals and what they want to achieve in life, and then a lot of
Compatible
times
goals.
Compatible.
compatible
Right.
goals. And then you get with people, they just say that they have these goals, but they really don't have these goals. They just using it as a mouthpiece to say that they have these goals. And then you have to figure out, well, do you have these goals? And then you got to be able to push them and allow them to push you towards your goals too.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people lie. I can be
They
like,
sure
yeah, I
do.
want to do all this.
Absolutely,
Oh
people
And then
yeah,
lie.
buddy.
look, and then they get into your warm pocketbook.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Exactly.
then you like him, he like you, and he still ain't good for shit. And now
And
you
that
gotta
ain't
try
my
to
type
figure
of
out.
dude.
Look, and now you gotta sit up and
Erskine,
try to
I
figure
said
out, do
my
I?
type of dude. That ain't my type of dude.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then you gotta figure out,
That's not
okay,
Nitra's type of dude.
Nitrous type of dude. But you know what?
No.
But you have some women that would accept that kind of dude if he's slaying the right. If you know
That
what I
gets
mean.
old. That
You're
gets
right.
old after a while though.
It does. It does. But
Because
for some people,
what's gonna
initially,
happen is she's not gonna tell him. And she's gonna be frustrated every day and then every day and every day. But they have names for those type of men.
what's that name?
Fuck boys.
Oh, oh, is that their
That
name?
gets old.
I hear you.
You know the song your mamas used to sing it all the time. I know my mama did. You gotta have a
What the fuck,
J-O-B.
mama? What
You
you
gotta
call
have
my
a
mama?
J. What? I said you gotta have a J-O-B if you want to be with me.
Oh yeah,
No, ain't nothing
ain't nothing
going
going
on
on but
but
the
the
rent.
rent.
Ain't nothing going on.
Well, over here ain't nothing going on but that mortgage. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
oh, that's
So
higher than rent.
Right. You're right. But unfortunately, you have some guys that can do that and they'll wiggle their way through that. Nitra may not deal with that and may
no,
tolerate that. Nitra.
no, no, Nitra
But
not.
you have some women that will.
And they probably will, but then what they're gonna do later on is they're gonna get frustrated,
Yeah.
They will
and then
figure
they're
it out
gonna
later.
and
Oh,
then
they'll figure it out later. Yeah.
they may or may not tell the guy, and then what they do, they gonna tell the girlfriends and tell their mama and them and their sisters and anybody else that they got them, and then after a while, after the friends and the mom and sisters and stuff trying to tell you how to handle your relationship, then you know what's gonna happen, because she's still gonna probably be with him for a while.
Of course.
Then what's
That's
gonna
true.
happen is the girlfriends and the mom and sister and them be like, "Don't tell us nothing because you still with him."
Right. Now, mind you, this is after little Jaquan, Roshan, Raekwon, and Gethsemane.
See, why they all gotta have hood booger names? Why they can't be like Erskine and Lawrence?
Because there's but one of me. Ha!
Listen,
Ha!
I'm a household name.
I'm just saying.
You are. So Bruce says, if a man makes 7 figures, but he falls for a woman that makes less than 6 figures, are they not now compatible? Not at all. So the reverse shouldn't matter either. No, the reverse shouldn't matter. He might be that person. He might be that man that wants to take care of the woman. He might be. Don't know. We don't know what kind of man we're actually dealing with. But if he that might be what he wants. We don't know.
Right.
Or he might want somebody to stay at home completely. He might even ask that woman to quit her job and stay at home completely to raise their children.
Right.
And there are definitely some women that would do that, and there are definitely some men that would do that as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And have no problem sitting at home.
No problem.
Yeah, but no husband of mine could ever ask me to sit at home, because that's not how my mind works.
Yeah.
Right. I have to be constantly doing something. I would go out and create a business like nobody's business. So yeah. I even if I was rich, because I had this conversation in another Facebook group I was in, even if I was married to a rich man, I would never just sit at home and twiddle my fingers and go get my nails done and my hair done and talk about, whatever they do on the Housewives. I would still create a business, because one thing I know, 2 things for sure: when you divorce me, you're not going to leave me penniless. Not saying that I'm trying to take your money, but I want to have my own money. You understand what I'm saying? Because
that wouldn't happen if you lived in California.
Well, it takes time to get through the courts. It takes time to go through the court system to even get them to give your husband a judgment to give, whatever kind of money that you have. But I just don't think, me personally, I just don't think it's smart for a woman to, if they can help it, solely rely on somebody. Because the man, even if they have a great relationship and a great marriage or whatever, I didn't say perfect, I said great. What if he passes and everything that you thought he had, he really did not have?
This happens all the time.
So now he passes. He doesn't have the things that you thought he had. And now what are you going to do for money? How are you going to take care of yourself?
Need a point.
No, it's not doing that. That takes too long.
Oh.
But so Merc Rain says, I have a friend who was dating one of them, but she could not bear the severe fatality, and she went to the hospital to be treated. What? And her husband didn't know about her, but the hospital told him that, and she divorced. What did I click on? Okay, I'm taking this.
I didn't. Huh?
Do we?
Okay, I don't know what that was saying.
I think I was trying to get it, but
I was right.
I understand. I'm sorry, but Oh, maybe he was saying that the girl went to the hospital and she didn't have.
Ask him to rephrase the question. Ask him if
can you rephrase the question, Mark? Yeah. Mark, Mr. Rain, Miss Rain, Miss Rain. I don't know. But
if you could rephrase the question, Mark.
Yeah. So and you know where I got that from? Why women should have their own money.
Mm.
And when I say women should have their own money, I'm not saying women should have their own money and they don't share it with their husband. I'm definitely not saying that.
Mm.
But bringing some type of income, even if it's like babysitting, some type of income, waiting to exhale. Remember when Bernadette found out that her husband was leaving her,
Yeah, yeah.
and they had been together for some
You know the
years,
mortgage is $4,000. How am I supposed to
and
pay for your child? Oh, I'm sorry. I just watched
exactly.
it today.
No, no, no. And
I just
exactly.
watched it today.
And she said for 11 years, I
For
was the
11
one
years they
that
had
helped
built
you
this
set up this company for 11 years.
country.
Yep.
Remember all of that?
And you take this time to sit up here and flaunt them around your whores.
Hmm.
Sorry. I just watched it
I was
today.
pregnant with A-Law at that time. I was pregnant with A-Law, and I was like, that would never be me, ever.
Okay.
Oh, the good doctor Joetta is in the house. Hey, girl.
Joetta! Morris Brown College, NBC, Brown Knight.
Yeah,
I had to
it
throw
was
that out there.
11 years.
You know what? It's one of those things where it's one of those things that everybody has to have some type of. This is going. I probably will. Everybody get mad at me for saying this, but everybody needs to have a secret Santa stash somewhere, right? You're supposed to go into a relationship with trust and honesty and all of those types, nice, wonderful things that Hallmark make movies about. But in
Okay.
reality, because you know everything in a Hallmark make you want to cry, make you feel real warm about life, but that's not reality. Reality is shit happens, and
Yeah.
hopefully that you can have that Hallmark movie moment, right? Y'all stay together, you know, everything is wonderful. Your kids go to great schools, they're wonderful. All this shit is great, but nobody prepares for what if. What if something happens? What if my wife dies? What if what if my husband, excuse me, what if my husband dies? I relied everything on my husband. I relied everything on my wife.
Yeah.
No one prepares for what if. And when those what ifs sometimes happen, right? We get so lost in everything. We even lose ourselves because we don't know exactly what happened or how to even come out of it. You know, how to even come out
Right.
of it. You should always have a rainy day fund, right? Not saying that you can't have an account, for yourself, for your what do you say, your purse and your shoes, right? And then be able to have something that's for the household, and take care of things and to take care of that
So
stability together.
so basically you're saying three accounts: his account, her account, and a joint account.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I think that's what a lot of people do nowadays.
No, what I'm saying, but what if in that example, what if that woman or that man doesn't work, right? Where are they going to get their income from? So, because if something happens, and you do have a spouse that's elusive, right? And you don't know, they. I almost said the name of the person that you told me to never say on here again. But let's just say you have someone who proclaims that they have money, and then you pour
In his
these
name only.
tax returns, and they actually owe $50 million.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
It's
saying?
that part.
Uh-huh.
It's
Uh-huh.
that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, see, for me, I will leave your ass in a second because, like my grandma told me, if you lie about something small, you'll lie about something big. And I got to get your ass out my face, right? Before it gets really, really bad. So that's why I always say everyone should have some type of like you said, Nitra, some kind of trade, right? Whatever it is. Like, maybe you can do some nails at home. Maybe you can, watch the grandkids watch the kids from the neighborhood or something. Something that's going to build up something in the end. I hate to, I'm always, I don't know why my mind always goes there. I always go to plan B just in case. Now, if plan A works, all well and fine. But everybody should have that. And even in every relationship, regardless
Yeah.
of whether whatever type of financial situations y'all are in.
Yeah, and that's just like military spouses. I can't stand them bitches. I can't. And let me tell you why I can't stand them. Especially the officers' wives that don't do shit but sit at home and take care of their little ugly kids. Because they don't have no fucking rights.
Yeah.
Really. And
Yeah.
they like to throw their husband's name around like we give a fuck. Do you know who my husband is? No. And I don't care to know who your husband is. Because the point of the matter is you're not in the military. He is. You know. So,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
go get a fucking hobby. Go create a business. Go sell some Mary Kay or Tupperware, whatever it is that y'all need to do on the side. But no, I'm serious, Joetta.
It's gonna be paparazzi jewelry. Sell some paparazzi.
White, I don't really think upper white people sell that. Middle class white. That's lower PWT white people
We
that
didn't
sell
look. I don't give a
paparazzi.
shit where you do. Sell something.
No, but no. Joetta is laughing at me. I am so serious though. Like they kill me with that shit. Do you know who my husband is? Yeah,
Hey,
he banging his secretary. It's Colonel such and such. What? He banging one of the privates. I mean, what's good, lady?
oh God.
Your husband's rank is not your fucking rank. Go get a hobby.
You
Go double dutch.
excuse me, ma'am. I am in this service just like my husband. How dare you? How dare
Well,
you
that's
come
like
in?
but you know what? It's kind of like some of them NBA wives. Some of them NBA
Yes,
wives. Yeah, it's the
yes,
same thing.
yes,
And then you
First of
yes.
get
all,
some players.
They have sacrificed
They
for
ain't
this
sacrifice.
country.
No,
They have
no,
sacrificed for the
no, no,
NBA.
no,
Do you know
no.
I stopped going to school to support my man while he's going to be in the
Then
NBA?
that's
You
your
And
have
I
no
dumbass
take and
idea.
I
fault.
take
That
care
is
of the
your
children. And I
You have
take care of the
no idea.
children. I take care of the children.
that is your dumbass fault.
I
If
take
you
care of the
stop your
children.
career
While
and
you
you
out
stop,
traveling, while you out traveling the world, playing all your NBA games, I am at home with the children.
and you know what? Just like he out there playing his NBA games, you got the regular Sam Joe over here going to work every day, and his wife Lucy going to work every damn day. That is not a reason to not go to work because your husband is an NBA or
I have to take care of the
NFL
children.
or MAA or CNA or NAACP member, National Hockey League member. That is
Right.
not a good reason. That is not a good reason. Bruce, yes, you are retired. You're married. Your spouse is an officer. Yes, I get it. But I bet you don't walk around throwing her rank around and talking about I'm married to Colonel Smith. You're gonna let me into this Deers program, this Deers
Right there
office,
now.
so
Right
I
now.
can update my ID card. I'm pretty sure you're not doing that, Bruce. I'm pretty sure you're not doing that. And it's not. When I say military spouses, I ain't talking about the husbands because the husbands be cool as a brief. It's them freaking wives, okay?
Well, why?
It's them
Yeah,
wives
I think the
that that
basketball wives are tough
that do
too.
that. Basketball wives, they just
Sorry. I almost said the O word. My bad.
the old
Sorry.
word.
The O word. Opportunistic.
Yeah.
Not all of them. I wouldn't say that. Like
Yeah.
Shoni O'Neal, I don't think she's an opportunist. Shoni?
No.
No, I don't think Shawnee is, but I think everybody else on that show
That's
is.
one. That's one out of what? 300?
20,000.
Yeah, I don't think, and I don't think Aisha Curry was an opportunist either.
Okay.
I don't think she was an opportunist though. Now Jackie, yeah.
Oh
Because
yeah.
don't nobody want Doug.
You're so stupid.
You can run behind the dad. She can drive behind that thing. That what they used to drive the team bus. All you want. Don't nobody want Doug and his funny looking light skinned self.
He got that bank though.
He
So
does.
stupid.
He
He
got
does.
that
stupid.
bank. He got
He
that
does.
bank. And the reason everybody know he got that, that's why Jackie acts the way she acts.
She does. But that goes to show you that Doug is very passive. He is not an alpha man because any manly man would have checked her ass long damn time ago. He is very passive.
Maybe she's doing it for the ratings so they can get a spinoff.
No,
That's
this is before. No, even before basketball's wives ever was a thing, she was still doing this type of stuff. I just gave you an example. When she would have to go out of town to play, she would drive in the car behind the team bus. to make sure that this dude wasn't around any groupies and stuff and stay in his room. No, she was doing this stuff before, way before
She tried
First
to
of all,
Basketball Wives was
first of
even a
all,
thing.
that is what you call protecting your investment.
No, that is what you call fucking crazy as hell. And that's too much damn energy, and I
now
ain't got time for it.
Nitra, we're here. We're here on that because that's crazy. But you know, right? But it's two sides to y'all story. I'm gonna go with Nitra first, but I do agree with Lawrence too.
I'm
What?
just
You
saying.
know, I'm
Listen,
just saying
listen,
she
if
go
that
hard for
listen,
Doug. She
listen.
goes
She
hard.
does. She
She
does. But
goes
nobody wants
hard.
Doug. Who the fuck wants Doug? He funny
Anybody.
looking.
It don't matter. He got a bank account that's sexy.
He does have a bank account, but see, that's why you should know
I'm
people
just
that
saying.
really want you versus really want your money.
Well, you know, success is
And
going to
I'm
sell
not
groupies
doubting she
anyway.
loves him. I know she loves him. I know she loves him. But
Mm,
she was doing this stuff way before Basketball Wives ever happened. You
Wow.
know.
I only seen the clip.
Now,
I don't watch that show.
yeah, I used to watch it back in the day when Laura was on there, Gilbert Arenas baby mama.
Yeah, I'm scared of her. I'm scared of
That
her.
girl is crazy too.
She
She cray
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 cray.
too.
And the other girl, her sister, she crazy between the Matt
She
Barnes and Derek Fisher.
Yeah, that's why
The-
Matt took them kids from her.
yeah, and he deserved it. Derek Fisher should have did that, sucker.
Yeah. Yeah. So, some women, they are opportunists. I'm just trying to figure out where I went wrong in life that, I didn't meet a baller of some sort.
I mean, you weren't hanging out, at behind Phipps Arena.
Right. You didn't go to Phipps Arena? Do you go to what's the arena down there in DC? What's the arena? The basketball arena down there? What is it? What is it called? Where the Wizards
Child,
play at?
the Wizards, shit, I forgot.
It's not American Airlines. It's not that, but
Mm-mm.
Verizon, the Verizon Center.
No, they changed the name, I think. I think they changed the name.
Wherever the Washington Wizards
But
play at,
anyway,
wherever the
but yeah,
Redskins play at.
but
The,
yeah, but they I don't know, just women sometimes. I just think that sometimes you just have to decompress and just allow a man to be a man. You
Sorry.
know,
Because
just
Doug
just
said, not Doug, Bruce said Club Dream back in the day. You
oh,
damn
that
right.
dream,
yeah,
dream.
You
You
damn
right,
right.
you right. Because
yeah.
I did used to go to Dream.
Dream. Yes, we've
I
been up
did
in
go to
Dream.
Dream back in the
Yeah,
day. Cause Dream
yeah.
was popping when I first came back in country.
Dream.
Yes, I did go to Dream.
Yeah. And they had
Bruce,
a shot.
shout out to Bruce. He was in the DMV. Look
Everybody
at
give it
that.
up for Bruce. Give it up for Bruce.
Give it up for Bruce.
Yes, yes.
But
They had
but
Chocolate City down there. Was it Chocolate
Yup,
City? Chocolate
yup.
City down there in DC. Yeah.
let me tell you
Y'all get
something.
it popping down
DC,
there in
the
DC.
the clubs was popping when I first came back from Korea. Like so, I was
Yeah,
like,
they thought they get it
You
popping
had
in DC.
Zanzibar. You had Dream. It was something else besides Dream. Now it's
Cho-
the Dream. The location where Dream is now. That's the stadium. That's a strip
Oh,
club.
damn.
oh,
It's a high level strip club now.
oh,
It's a,
nothing but
it's a
20s and up.
gentleman's lounge.
So what? I don't know what this guy is
Don't
really
worry.
talking about.
It's okay. It's all good. Don't do it.
You know where I was about to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't. It's okay. It's okay. We'll press forward with that later.
But y'all like my shirt today? Black Lives Matter. Woo-hoo. Shout out to Black Lives Matter. We matter.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think sometimes when women are so strong, they actually do miss out opportunities of being with a good man, be in the dating phase, or if they was actually in a full blown relationship, they kind of ran the man away.
Mm.
You know. But
Listen,
Bruce
listen,
had
life
said
is
earlier.
difficult. I was
Bruce
just gonna
said,
say life is difficult, and just to try to add somebody to it, that's is already a job within itself.
yeah, but Bruce, I want to go back to a quote because we was talking so much. Bruce made a valid point about young men
Oh,
not really knowing.
being married to single. I mean, being raised by single women and not having a father figure or something
Yeah,
like that.
to try to show them how to be a man. Um,
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, something to that. I'm trying to find it. Um, Here it is. I found it. He said a lot of our young men today are being raised by single moms. The role model of a man is not there. Learning to be a man is hard to do on your own. If he is used to his mom solving all of his childhood problems, what's the difference of it now? this strong woman that subliminally reminds him of the strength of his mama to take the lead. And I can
Yeah.
actually see in a
Yes.
man, I
Ah,
can actually
Yeah.
see in a
Yeah.
man choosing
Yeah.
that type of woman for him,
yeah,
for himself, because
yeah.
he doesn't, and it may not be that he doesn't want to know, he just doesn't know how, because his mom was a strong woman and his mom made all the decisions for him.
Mm,
So I can see that too. I
Yeah.
can see that. But I just know, me personally, if I was a single mom and I had a son, and my son's father was in my son's life consistently, I think at the age of 13 I would tell my son and tell his dad he needs to go live with his dad.
okay.
Mm.
Because I can't teach you how to be a man. I can't teach you how it feels to have a wet dream. I can't teach you how it feels when you ejaculate. I can't teach you none of those manly things. I can teach you how to change a tire. I can teach you how to change oil in your vehicle. I can teach you how to treat a woman because I am a woman. But there are life lessons that a woman cannot teach a young man. And I don't care how strong she is, I don't care how many brothers she grew up with, how many uncles was in her life. She cannot do that. That is a bond between a father and son, or a male child and a strong male figure.
You know what?
I can't
I
get with
hear
that.
you. I hear you with that. And I will counter with this. You know, everyone isn't as strong willed as a lot of people growing up, as a child and things of that nature. But they do have a lot of male mentorship programs,
Right, right.
for
Hmm.
those women who can actually admit that they need some help,
Yeah.
raising not just sons, but raising minority and black sons in
Hmm.
this country of America that we live in. But I will say that it wasn't necessarily because I was raised by a single mom as well, but it wasn't necessarily um, my father that not necessarily was that role model. But I looked to my my uncles and some of the people that some of our coaches that were at school, using them as role models and examples. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that they
Right.
were the best.
Coach
I said
Davis was a good one.
Yeah, Coach Davis. I think Coach Davis was like the father to every black
Yes,
boy that
every
came through the club. And you didn't have to be on the football team either.
nope,
You
you
didn't have to
sure
be on the
didn't.
football team.
Mm-mm.
Just to give a big shout out to him. I took his daughter, Alita. Shout out to Alita if she's watching. I took his daughter to the prom, our
mm,
11th grade year, and just and naturally, my father, my father's brothers and sisters, they all came out of our high school. They all came out of Carver, but they will all say the same thing about Coach Wallace Davis. He just had a
Yes, he
he
was the
just had a
bomb.
he had a presence. So for the single mothers that's out there, you're right, Nitra. They probably can install certain qualities
Hmm.
in their sons, because
Hmm.
they need a male role model. But that's the purpose of the coaches. That's the purpose of that phenomenal math teacher, that phenomenal English teacher. Or those phenomenal guys at the church. What if they go to
Yeah.
church or whatever? You could always utilize those guys. I've always felt like, and to piggyback on what Lawrence was saying, I had a stepfather in the picture, but my mom was the boss. You know what I mean? If that makes any kind of sense. My mom was the one
I'm
that
not
called the
shaking my
shots.
head at you. I was reading Bruce's comment.
Oh,
Go
no, no, no.
ahead.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is my mother was the one that called the shots.
mhm.
However, when I started to go through puberty and I started to go through certain changes, that's when it was very important that my stepfather be in the picture. And there was
Hmm.
times when you had to step in the picture when I just felt like I could just do what I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
mom, you're not so tall anymore. You're not so scary anymore. He let it be known that, yo, you
Hmm.
got to deal with me now. So
Yeah.
those kind of
Yeah.
having him in my life as a teenager was a huge help. So shout out to Joe Brantley if you're
And
watching.
also, there's something about a man's tone in his voice when he's
Absolutely.
speaking to a child
Oh
to
yeah.
Yes.
get them to do what they supposed to do.
Yes.
Right. Right.
And it goes back to like your mom, Mama Donna. I'm pretty sure she would tell you, Urson, go sit down somewhere, or she'd give you that look. But when you got to a certain age, like
Yeah.
you said, it didn't matter. But if he said something, if Buddy said something,
Right.
And he was like, Erskine, what did your mama just tell you to do?
Yep, yep,
Okay,
yep.
I'm going over here and sit down.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
so it's just something about a man's tone. Because I tell my brother all the time. So my brother, my mom and dad, they divorced, and
My
so
parents did too.
so my brother, he is a alpha male. No, yeah, he's an alpha male, but he's quiet.
Yes, he
And my
is.
son is just like him. My son is quiet, and they are those men that they don't talk a lot, but when they do talk, they have a lot of stuff to talk about. So I told my son, and I told my uncle, my brother, several times, if I wasn't married, oh, Mateo would have been living with you, honey. Not that my son was bad, because my son is not a bad was never a bad child, but he needed that strong man.
Right.
I'm not a man, so I would have gave my brother child support or whatever, but my brother lives 15 minutes from me, so you understand what I'm saying? We still
Right.
right here together. He only lives 15 minutes from me, but he would have, and to this day, even now, my like last week, my brother came over to the house and he asked where my son was. My son came downstairs, and he was like, "Put your clothes on, come on, we're going somewhere." And I was like, "Dude, like he a whole grown man. How you just gonna tell this whole grown man to put your clothes on?" So, I'm like trying to talk to him like, he's grown, we can't really talk to him. My brother's like, fuck all of that. Put your clothes on and come on, come
Right.
on with me. And so my son was like, man, this is my day off. Like I ain't trying to do nothing. My brother's like, oh, okay. No, okay, no more. And so then when he did that to my son was like, well, what you need me to do? And I was like, this is crazy. But
Yeah.
Bruce said he wished that I knew his ex-wife. So, Bruce, I will say to this statement, Nitra, I wish that you knew my ex wife. We had many arguments about why my sons need to live with me. She had the nerve to tell me I can have my sons if I continue to pay her child support. Why the hell would I do that? You would be a damn fool if you continue to pay your ex wife child support if your sons live with you. That's number one. Number two, what that is to me is she had unresolved emotional issues, because if she don't care all about all of that other stuff, no child support, and she just want to make sure that her sons was taken care of, and she wanted them to be the best men that they could possibly be, she would have said, you want your kid? Okay, no problem. Bruce Jr., BJ, come on. You going with your dad. I'm sending you to Germany with him and Colonel Smith. I don't know Bruce's wife's name. And they would be on the first thing smoking. Women, this is just me. Women that keep their children away from their fathers, and their fathers wants to be in their children's life, that woman has unresolved emotional issues
Down,
going
scallywag,
on, that she
gutter
still has
trash,
feelings
bitch
for
ass.
that man, and that man
Yeah,
is
you
off,
gotta. Yeah,
going
yeah.
off, living his life, and married to somebody else. She has unresolved issues, and the only person that can solve those issues is herself. Maybe
Hmm.
she, and I'm not going to even say maybe she needs a man to take the focus off of you, because she can have a man, have a good man, and she's still focused on you because she's still living in past hurt, or whatever the case may be. She might have been a Jada Pinkett Smith, and had a whole entanglement, and then you Will Smith and you got mad, so y'all not even together no more. See, I'm just saying, the entanglements. Okay, you know what? I said it. Let's put it out there. Jada Pinkett Smith. First of all, I will say this. Let me put this disclaimer out there before I start.
Oh
I
God.
personally do not feel that it was anybody's business outside the three of them to know anything that happened within that whole situation. I just really don't. I didn't
What?
feel that Jada and Will needed to go to a red table. I don't feel that August needed to make a song about it. Now, if he made a song about it, he didn't have to publish it and put it out there for the masses to hear. I
Sell,
understand music is
sell.
therapeutic, but this is my issue with Jada. And I'm not even speaking on the whole entanglement part right now. My issue with Jada is this. August was damaged goods when she met him. He had childhood issues, he had mommy issues, he was a drug addict. What she did to me is I feel like she preyed on that young man. Maybe not intentionally. I don't think she did because she always talks about, she wants to help people and be a healer to people and this and that and the other. I don't think intentionally she preyed on him. I think intentionally she wanted to help him because he was a lost soul. He was damaged goods. But I think that once her and Will started drifting apart, for whatever reasons they were drifting apart, she started preying on that young man because she knew that she could get him to do pretty much anything that she wanted him to do.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll,
And I just think that it was wrong. And I also think that it was disgusting that she would even call their whole relationship an entanglement. To call it an entanglement, you pretty much said it's a mistake and you just kind of like brushed them off. Like it was nothing and brushed them off. I commend Will for making her call a thing a thing. That's what Ayana Van Zant said. Call a thing a thing. He made her call the thing a thing. You say entanglement, but it was a whole relationship.
mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
do you call it an entanglement? You just brushed this kid off who
Mm-hmm.
is the same age as your stepson for your benefit because you're hurting because you and your husband is going through some stuff because your
Yep.
husband no longer wants you. And you could tell when Will said it at that red table, he said, I was done with you. Like we separated and I was legit done with you. However, you could see the pain in Will's eyes when he sat there and talked to her because it looked like he had been crying before they got to the red table. He was crying up until they started filming. He had tears coming down or had a tear coming down and his eyes was just so glossy. So you could also see that he was hurt. It was painful and it was a low blow because not
Mm-hmm.
only did you essentially cheat on me, I guess, but you did it with somebody our son's age or
Right.
my son's age.
I want to piggyback on that, and you hit everything pretty much. You hit everything on the head, Nitra. The twist that I want to add to it is that uh, this guy's issues. As she stated that he had mental health, and there might have
Yeah.
been some medical issues,
Hmm.
and just having a lot of issues with his mother. Right. So he
Yes.
has his own issues, right?
Yes.
But also she has her issues, and she stated it
She's a
probably
she's
on.
a sex addict.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
said it.
Oh, I don't. I didn't know about that part, but I just
Yeah,
know
she
she
said
had.
it on several on other red tables. That's
Right.
one of her things she
Right.
battled.
I know she has her own issues. So when you look at it
Mm-hmm.
from a therapeutic point of view, I have a friend of mine down in Atlanta, shout out to Spirit, who always says this statement: hurt people always
Hurt
hurt
people.
people
Mm-hmm.
because you're too busy trying to find the happiness. You're too busy trying to soothe the hurt that you have. And therefore, you're just trying to snatch anything. So she gravitated towards
Mm-hmm.
this young man,
Mm-hmm.
and in her mind, she think it's benefiting her because Will, like you said, had done said, "I'm done. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm finished." So she's having to accept that reality. So she goes to this kid. Now, this kid looking for a proper mother figure. He has trauma, PTSD from God knows what he's been
Mm-hmm.
through. He fell in love with this lady because she played the role of his mother. She
Mm-hmm.
played the role of his girlfriend, his ideal soulmate.
Mm-hmm. And
So he
turn lover.
and turn lover. So he feel like
Mm-hmm.
he done hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Puppy love, innocence, puppy love, innocence, but it's a lot of hurt with that. The thing that makes that whole thing a twist, when I look at Will Smith, you kind of created that monster a little bit because in marriage, when you start inviting other people into your relationship, you're going to create problems because there's one word that comes to play: feelings. See, so many people are quick to say that. Listen, I can sleep with this person. I could just turn the knob off. When that crack of feeling starts swerving in there, it turns into a whole different situation.
Right.
Now, for our viewers that's watching, for us all, I studied that interview. This happened 4 years ago. Four
Yeah.
years ago. Now it's coming up now. It could be coming up for two reasons.
Well, he wrote a
Out,
song.
he wrote a song. He wrote a song about it. So
Yeah.
now he's promoting the song. He's promoting the song and all this and this and that. But also the twist to it is that with Will, they probably dealt with it in private prior to this whole thing coming out. Now we resolved it. It's dealt with. Now we're reopening this wound all over again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if you go through a bad situation with someone and you resolve it and you get past it, now we're bringing it back to the table again
But
four
did
years
they
later.
really get past it? Because and I don't think they, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I don't
No.
think they got past it. And the reason I don't think that they got past it is because he had to tell her, Jada, what did you do? Like he repeatedly kept saying it. What did you do? And she was like, oh, I got in this entanglement. Jada, what did you do? And it was like she kept looking at him like, so you really want me to say that it was a relation? You really want me to say this? That's how
I,
I looked at it.
Well, I
He
think
was
he did that.
hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt. I think he wanted her to just state that. I think he knew it 4 years ago. I think he knew it 4 years ago. I think he dealt with it. I think he processed it, and I think he was done with it. However,
Mm-hmm.
when it came back up again, now we got to reopen this wound again. So now we got to revisit something 4 years later that we supposedly resolved 4 years ago. And I think that's exactly what took place with that. So now, since I'm already frustrated with what happened, but now I'm even more annoyed. So now I want you to tell the world, I want you to tell all of our viewers that's watching this red table that yes, you had an affair
All
with
of
this
your
kid.
viewers, because
All
that
of
is
your
her
viewers,
show.
her
Yeah,
show. I want you to tell
yeah,
all of your
because
viewers that you had an affair with this kid.
he was looking like I pretty much gave you the world.
Yeah.
Because your acting career ain't that great. Let's just be honest.
Well, she secured the bag. She
and
secured the
right,
bag.
she secured it back. And your girl band group didn't do nothing. Okay. And Willow's thing that you was trying to do, help her with, they ain't do nothing either.
Yeah.
So I think it was that he Lawrence laughed. I just think that he I honestly, I mean, I understand you're the licensed clinician and everything, but I honestly don't think that he was over it. I
No, he
think they
wasn't.
got past it because, and the reason I
Right.
don't think he got over it is because you could see that hurt. The hurt was in the hurt was in his eyes, as if he had just legit found out about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was
I mean,
still there.
when
You
you
know,
when you look
if
at
you
something that's traumatic like that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. When you look at something that's
mhm.
traumatic, and even though it happened 4 years ago, you never 100% get past it, but you can suppress it though. You can
Yeah, because
suppress
she
it.
invited this dude in the house. He was living with them at one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like
So now we got to reopen this.
then they was thinking that he was Willow's boyfriend at one time, just to
Yeah,
find out it was really Jada's boyfriend. Like it's just too much stuff. Like
yeah,
it's embarrassing, and that's why I say the other reason why I didn't think that they should say anything, regardless of August made a song, we could just say that it wasn't true. Okay, he's an artist. He's an artist. So artists, they tend to make up stuff and add truth to it and add lies to it. Whatever the case may be, he could have made up a song about it. Whatever. But the other reason why I did not want them to come out and have this conversation in the public, because technically, other than it's not our business, is because I knew that the internet was gonna light their asses up.
yeah, and they did.
And they did. Because once that red table went off the air yesterday, CNN posted something, Twitter posted something, the Shade Room posted something, and then here come the memes. And the memes, I'm sorry, but some of them memes was funny as hell that I did see. Not laughing at their pain, um, because that's a painful, horrible situation to go through, and to admit to the world that this is, what you did. But I just knew that the internet was gonna win.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Um, and like Tracy said, I really think that this whole Jada entanglement thing is a joke. Most of us know about the rumor of them having an open marriage, right? Because I heard about that long time ago, and they kept saying, "No, no, we don't." She says yes, but he was hurt, and how hurt was Jada when he had to open his situations. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That is true.
That's facts.
That is
Fact.
true.
That's
You
facts.
know, but if Will is out here, dicking folks down or whatnot, at least his is in check. They ain't coming out to the masses yet,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Spreading, that they've been with Will or whatever. But I just think that when it comes to matters of the heart like that with married people, I don't care how famous you are, you should never tell your business within your marriage. I would have been like Hillary fucking Clinton when Bill Clinton was sitting up there lying, talking about something, I did not engage in any sexual activities with that woman. We would have been a fucking united front, and I would have been lighting his ass up at night behind the media. I just personally just don't think that everybody's entitled. I had a friend of mine, and we kind of got into it a little bit about celebrities and celebrities telling their business, and she felt like that was their job to let us know what was going on in their business, because we buy their CDs and we go to their concerts, and we are their fans, and this and that and the other. And I said, whoa, pump your brakes. I said, them being an actor or a musician or whatever, I said that is their job. She said, yeah, yeah, but we didn't make them choose a job. I said, I get it, but that is their job. But after they get off of work, they ain't gonna tell you nothing. They don't owe you that. I said, do you owe us? Because she has a jury line. And I said, do you post your business, your personal business online? She says, no. I said, do you tell the masses your personal business, who you dating, who you fucking, and all of this? She said, no. I said, you have a business, right? She said, yeah. I said, they have a business. Just like you're not telling your business, they should not feel obligated to tell their fans and the masses their business. If you're gonna tell your business, do it like Beyonce did. And I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I do like that Lemonade CD. Put it in the art form like that. Now we don't know the whole what all went on with Jay-Z and Beyonce, other than Solange whooped his ass in the elevator. But the way that Beyonce put her hurt out there was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think where it went wrong is, and I just think this kid is coming from a place of hurt because, like I said,
He is.
he's
Yeah.
coming from a place of hurt. But and I know you don't kiss and tell. You don't
No,
kiss
you
and
don't
tell.
kiss and tell.
But in his case, he's hurt.
He's hurting
He's hurt.
because now his other mommy has left him.
Yeah. 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 So all you can do is just pray for them, and hope they can figure it out, and hopefully everything will work out best for all three of them. But kind of like you said, when you look at the situation with Will, done your dirt, and now the rabbit got the gun, and Jada's doing her dirt. You at this point, and this is just my opinion, just split. All this, where we have an open marriage. I don't care what walk of life you come from. I am not cool with my wife smashing another dude, and she ain't cool with me smashing another female. So
No,
if
why get married if you
why
don't have
get
an
married?
open
Just
marriage?
it ain't gonna work like that.
It's
In other words,
not. Why
you're
get
giving a
married?
definition. Yeah, I would rather just not do it. Just don't get married. If you want to be single, get single. And call it a day. But this partnership, y'all gonna be partners for the rest of y'all life because y'all got children. You know what I'm saying? So this partnership or this arrangement that you guys have, yeah, okay, cool. You're gonna have that anyway if you choose to sign your name on the dotted line and say we're divorced. But when you start to bring other people into your
Into
marriage,
your marriage.
you
That's why I
start
don't
to bring
understand
in feelings.
why people single.
It
I
it
don't
it,
know
it
why
changes the
people.
game.
I don't know why people. Period. Be it that they're single and in a relationship with somebody or married, why they would even have like menage a trois. You're bringing somebody into your bed.
Yeah, yeah. I
Do
mean,
you
let's just
not
keep it real.
understand? Do you not understand that two parties gonna catch feelings outside of your marriage? That there
It
is a
happens all the time.
possibility,
It
and then the
happens all
next
the
thing you
time.
know, they're gonna be sneaking around. I don't get that.
Yeah, it happens
Be
all the
the
time. So
freakiest freak that your husband or your wife wants.
yeah,
Don't go. I don't get it. I
yeah,
don't get it.
because the feelings are going to get involved. It's no other way around it. I
Yeah.
was watching Ronnie DeVoe and his wife Shamari, and they was talking about the open relationship, and they tried it because he said after 7 years, he wanted to try different flavors, and she wanted to do some experiences because when they first got together, she was 21, and there was a such thing as feelings that got involved. He went out and
Hmm.
did his thing because he's toured, and she
He got
experimented,
mad.
did whatever
He
she wanted.
got, but it was okay when he was doing it. He got mad when Shamari started doing it. That's
Yeah,
when
exactly.
he got in his
That's right.
feelings because
So
he didn't
Yeah.
want nobody else to be with Shamari. And Shamari was like, well,
yeah.
wait a minute. I was okay you doing it. So in that particular case, it
Hmm.
wasn't even the outside people who was having the issue with it. It was the people who were in the contractual agreement for
Right. Right.
visitation.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So give you
Right.
an example, a snippet of my life. Erskine knows all my business, but so my husband cheated on me, and I asked him. I said, "Do you want to?" Oh, after several attempts of him doing this, I asked him. I said, "Do you want an open relationship?" And he looked at me like I had 15 heads on
Yeah.
my shoulder. And he said, "Why the fuck would I want to have an open relationship?" I said, "Cause clearly you are doing your part and I ain't doing mine." And he said, "If I find out that you out there doing your part, cause I ain't doing nothing," meaning he's saying he ain't doing nothing, "I will break your legs." And I just thought that was the funniest shit because you would
Hey.
catch this nine.
Yeah.
But here's the reality of that. Here's the reality of that. Women, we will forgive quicker than a man will.
Yeah. I
We
listen.
will forgive. He'll be like, "Oh, baby, baby, I'm sorry. She ain't mean nothing to me. I want my family, yada, yada, yada." And then you be like, "I don't care. You cheated on me with that bitch. Da, 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 da." And then the next thing you like, "You know what? I don't want to break up my family. And, my mom, my kid, I didn't have a daddy when in the house when I was growing up. So I'm going to have one for my kids." And you forgive them because we're emotional creatures and they sometimes know how to push our buttons. But then if you go out as a woman and go, spread and show your glory to somebody else, oh no, you all kinds of bitches and hoes and you ain't shit, your mama ain't shit, and I don't know why you here. Your mama should have swallowed you, and I'm gonna whoop your ass, and then I'm gonna find a dude that you was with. I'm gonna whip his ass too because you they will not let that shit go.
Right.
But we as women, and I'm just generalizing it, we will because they cannot fathom another man pleasing their woman
Oh yeah.
because they know that women
Yeah.
cheat on an emotional level. Men cheat on a lower level, meaning their penis. They don't have to have feelings. They be like, "Your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn," all day and all night. But when a woman, unless she's a thought and she's just out here willy nilly, she's going to cheat on a emotional, and it don't have to be about what she is saying, what he's saying to her. It could be the little things. "Oh, well,
Smell
Sabrina,
good today.
what's going on with you? Oh, do you want to talk about it? Oh, you smell really good. Oh, you look like you need a hug. Let me give you a hug." They'll do stuff like that. That's that emotional shit. Like Jill Scott has a song. I promise you, Jill Scott got a song for every damn thing. She says in her song that he says all the right things in her ear, but she hasn't done anything with this man because she's still trying to be with her dude, her husband, or whatever at home. So what do y'all think, people? My people, my people, my
Our
people.
viewers or me? No,
Yes,
uh, no. I
our
totally agree.
viewers.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. I just think just don't open up that Pandora's box. I've been married now this year makes 15 years, and just like anybody, you see people in the street, you see women in the street. It's a given, but you have
Mm-hmm.
to think ahead. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
there's,
you do.
you have to think ahead. Like at the end of the day, when feelings get involved, even if you say, "Well, listen, this is just going to be a smash night," feelings are going to get involved. And I don't care who you are, I don't care what you think or what kind of arrangement you think you got, feelings are going to get involved. It may not get involved the first 2 weeks, it may not get involved the first 6 months, but at some point, feelings are going to get involved. When the holidays roll around and that booty call that you normally get, and that booty call is with his family or her family, you're going to feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
It
And you
happens
sitting at
all the
home eating
time.
a TV dinner.
And he's sitting at home feasting and sitting in front of the flat screen TV
Yeah.
with his family.
With his
So
family.
it just happens. So people, I think the essence of marriage has changed a lot, and people are starting to look at some of these entertainers and looking at celebrities, and it's okay to have an open
Falsehoods.
marriage.
What
Falsehoods, yeah, that does
fake television. Fake
fake
television.
television. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what walk of life you come from, ain't no man comfortable with his wife getting hit by somebody else. You're
And
not.
then hold on. You're right, because then Jada sat up there and said to her husband, August made me feel good.
If that ain't enough right there to make you want to jump straight out of a window, because I'm sitting there, me and my wife, we were sitting there looking at it last night, and we were like, because
Even if August did make her feel good, she should have took that shit to the grave.
should have took it to the grave. But that goes to the Pandora box that will open up. You got to go back a little farther. If Will is out having these open relationships and you got bad banging Jada picking up in your house and all of a sudden she's not cutting it anymore, you need to explore what went wrong and what's changed in that relationship and try to bring it back. Because she's a beautiful lady, hands down.
She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
Jada is gorgeous.
So
But
all I
hold on,
want to know, Will, is you need to find out what she's not doing now to make you want to go back out there. Because if you out there doing your dirt and she knows you out there doing your dirt, it's gonna hit a whole lot different, which it did, knowing that your wife got smashed by this little young kid. And that's just the
And he made
reality.
her feel good.
And he made her feel good. I don't care what walk of life you come from. Any man, any of our male viewers that's
Jada
watching
was
this
like
show
on
tonight, you're gonna be
Beloved.
hurting after that.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Have you seen the movie Beloved?
No, I haven't seen
When
it.
Tandy told Danny Glover, "Oh, I just want to feel you on the inside. Touch me on my inside part. Touch
Oh,
me
okay.
on
I
my
was
inside
like,
parts." He was like, Seth, she the devil. She had that dude moving from the house from room to room in the house to outside in the shed, baby.
yeah.
Touch me on the inside parts.
I don't care what walk of life you come from. If your man hears that coming from another man, you gonna be hurting, bro. You
Listen here,
hurting.
dude. Let me,
Yeah,
child.
listen, if you a husband or a boyfriend and your lady go out and she get tossed up by another dude, she gets served by another dude, you are not going to feel good about it. And if you don't, and if you catch feelings and you feel a certain type of way about it, or you didn't feel a certain type of way about it, either way it go, man, that's just not a good situation.
Tracy is a mess.
What Tracy said?
Tracy said, repeat. Ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun, Big
It ain't.
Willie.
It just. It
She
is
said
what
Big
it is.
Willie.
Big Will. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. You got this little young boy, and he tossed your
Look,
wife
he
up,
probably
man.
tossing her little ass up and down and around.
Hey,
And, well, I would say smack her on the booty if she ain't got no booty, but he
hey,
biting her on the
Jada's
neck.
Jada. It is what it
Jada's a freak
is.
because Jada already said she got these sexual things she likes to do, and she suffers from.
But if she does all of that, and in my question to Will, if she does all of that, then what went wrong? Like, why would you not want to stay with her? Or what went wrong? Bring that back, because I'm pretty sure when you got with her 21 years ago or 20 years ago, you was like, oh my God, and y'all probably had all kind of crazy sex and blah blah this and blah blah.
Okay, so let's take the sex out of it. Maybe it wasn't the sex.
You're right.
Maybe it was she didn't want to do shit no more.
You're right. You're very right. So what made her get
the last
to that
thing
point?
she was in was Gotham.
When you say Gotham,
There was a TV show. It was based off of the Batman characters and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
All
Oh,
the
you're
bad
saying, oh, when you
characters.
say they didn't want to
That's
do
the
that, you're
last
talking
thing she
about,
was in. Yeah, that's
okay, you're talking about, okay. Well, yeah, well,
yeah.
that's another thing.
So
You know, what
so
went wrong?
it could be that she feels a sense of entitlement that I don't have to, you know,
Well, you know,
anymore. And that could have drove a wedge,
mhm.
like
I
they
mean,
could
it's
be
so,
legit grew apart from each other.
yeah,
He's
it
like, you know
happened.
what, I'm not with this. When we first got together, we said we was gonna do this, that, and the other. I'm doing my part, but you're not doing your part, yada yada yada. The kids are grown.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, even if they did break up or divorce, the kids would be hurt, but they're not. They ain't shuffling between court systems and picking up and dropping off every other weekend and all of that other stuff.
Right.
Visitations and stuff.
Right.
So it could have been goals or sense of entitlement. I mean, Erskine, there's a lot of
Oh
different things
yeah. Oh,
that
it's a
could have went
lot.
wrong within that marriage, and it could have been maybe he had an infidelity or two. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard that he actually had, but I have heard that they had an open relationship.
Yeah.
I have heard that part, but I've never heard of, oh, Will Smith was with blase blah. I never heard
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
Unless he just had everybody sign damn NDAs.
He could. All right. I'm right with Lawrence on that.
Let me tell you something. If I was a celebrity and I was out there tricking like that, everybody signing damn NDAs.
Right. You would have to.
If y'all have not noticed that I have been quiet for a very
You
long
have been very quiet.
Right.
and I want to thank our very nice viewer, Bruce, who literally just said exactly what has been on my mind the entire time.
What?
Do you? I don't
Huh?
believe it was an issue. I think it was a ploy for red table ratings. I think it's all a game. I think it's all. I think it's all. I think it's all a conundrum of foolishness, shenanigans, and in Nisha's word, fuckery. I think it's all. I think it's for something to happen so long ago. You are absolutely right. In a regular world with
That's right.
regular people, you are right. Both what both of you are saying. It wouldn't have been something easy to get over. It wouldn't have been something that you could have just swept under the rug. It couldn't have been something again for regular people for this to go over so smoothly. Okay. And for someone who, mind you, is an award winning actor to sit there and have a conversation with his wife while they are talking about all of her infidelity with this particular individual, and you sit there calm, rational, like for the world to see what man, I'm not going to say woman, but a woman can do that as well. But what man or woman or someone of rational thinking skills would put it on such a sensitive and emotional and a private topic in an issue of that perspective? Now, at the same time that this other individual is putting out an album,
Yes.
telling you, it is
And
something
you know
that's
what?
sitting in the
I'm
back of my
That's what I
I'm
thought
glad
too. That's what it was.
that is a good thought. That is a
Touchdown.
very good thought.
Give it up for
And it's
Lawrence.
very plausible. It's
No, it
very
is.
plausible.
Oh, I think the whole purpose and the origin of the whole thing is because of the album that's
To
coming
get
out
him
yes.
to get a lot of
to get him a
Yes.
lot of sales.
You
yeah.
know
With
who I
his
think
album.
about? You know who? Okay, so and again, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But one of the things, Nietzsche, that you said is that let's think about their job. Their job are actors and entertainers.
Mhm.
So this whole entire thing, God forbid, I hope that it is made up. Um, but this could have been just an episode of reality TV show 201, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing
Mhm.
I think about it is the queen of them all, who got her
Wendy.
start, No,
Wendy?
no, no,
Who?
no, no, no. I'm going back further than that. Someone who was very little known in the world
Oprah.
until she particularly made a sex tape,
Kim.
and then everyone knew who she was.
Kim Kardashian.
And now, based upon this individual, I'm not going to use names, but based on this individual and what she's done, how embarrassed could you be from a sex tape that you buy, that your mom, excuse me, allegedly buys the copyrights for this video? Then you make
I think that was a smart
proceeds.
me. That was a smart money move for her mom. I have other
Interesting.
thoughts. I have other thoughts on it.
Interesting.
I have other thoughts that the normal people do not think about the Kardashians. But go ahead.
Well, I, and I accept that. My issue is for normal,
Mm-hmm.
rational people. If
Mm-hmm.
one of your children, because I don't have children, if one of your children made a sex tape, I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you, either one of you would beat the shit out of whichever one of your children made it and then try to burn every single copy there is to the ground. My point being is that when you have entertainers and when you have these Insta stars now with reality TV people, I get very, very cautious on believing 100% of anything that happens.
And you should. You
Okay.
shouldn't believe 100% of what
Right.
happens.
Right.
Only 10% of what happens. But
Yes.
I will say this, and I kind of disagree with you a little bit of as far as if it was my child making a sex tape and all of that stuff. Yes, I would beat the shit out of her. No, I wouldn't because she's grown. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but
I
I'll
would go
Grown
probably
against
asses,
her.
grown
I'll
asses can still
probably
get
put
me.
some ladies' hands on her anyway. I'll probably lay these hands on her anyway because you not
Yeah.
only embarrass yourself, you embarrass your family.
Right.
However, comma, if I had Chris Chris Kardashian money, I would buy the rights. I would. Because once you buy the rights, it can't get published unless you allow it to be published.
Mm.
When you own
And
the
what?
rights to it. So
What?
now you got to think business. You got to think business because that's what Chris Kardashian do.
Mm.
Chris Kardashian gets a lot of slack for a lot of shit that she does, but she's business minded. And everything that she has done, she has not failed yet because she's business minded. You have to think business minded. You can't think mother when she's doing certain things. You have to think business. The person that got Bruce Jenner on that Wheaties box back in the day was Chris Kardashian. A lot of people don't know that. Okay. A lot of people besides Kim coming out with that sex tape don't even know where Kim came from. Kim was a
Stylist.
thank you, a stylist
Yeah.
for not only Brandy but for
Ray
Paris
J.
Hilton.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim Kardashian was married to a black guy first who
Yeah.
was a record producer. He was a low no name record producer while she was a stylist for Paris Hilton and Brandy at the time. And then, of course, her and Ray J started messing together and got a sex tape. Okay, so but what Kim Kardashian's mom did, Chris Kardashian did when that sex tape came out, yes, she bought the rights to that tape.
But you can
The
still
tape
watch it.
should the tape should have never when you have the copyrights, you cannot unless it's already been mass produced before you bought the copyrights, they cannot make extra copies of whatever it is, be it music, videos, books, whatever the case may be. That's what copywriting. Okay.
Gotcha.
So she bought the rights to stop additional publishing of it. She didn't publish after she bought it. She stopped additional publishing. Then she went and talked to Ryan Seacrest, okay, to do a reality show of keeping up with the Kardashian to show the good family that Kim actually comes from. This is business, okay? So what she did was she took lemons and she made lemonade because all her kids is banking. She got her Kim to look like the normal sister, daughter, this was just something that fucking happened. Because not only, because you got to remember also, Paris Hilton got a sex tape out there too. That her dad bought the rights to her stuff.
Yeah.
One Night in Paris. That was the name of her sex tape. Her dad bought the rights to that one. So no more publishing. So you have to think business minded. So going back to the Kardashians, they came up with keeping up with the Kardashians, not keeping up with the Jenners, because nobody gives a damn about the Jenners. It's keeping up with the Kardashians. Robert Kardashian made a name for them when they did that whole OJ thing. When they was friends with OJ, and he, was on that All Star team. So they had to use the name Kardashian because she was the Kim was the main focus of, oh my God, who is this Kim Kardashian people? Because nobody really knew who Kim Kardashian was prior to her and Ray J making that tape. So sometimes we have to stop thinking a certain way and think how business works. Because
And
it
their
goes back
business,
to what you said. Because it goes back to what you said. I don't believe 100%. No, think 10%.
but their business is entertaining, and I guarantee you, they're going to get millions and millions and millions of hits
Exactly.
and views from
Exactly.
this
Tracy said Chick-fil-A lemonade.
show.
That's some good lemonade too.
It is.
It is. I'm just saying.
Yes,
I'm
Bruce,
very
from
very
Wheaties to
But, but
skeptical.
Victoria's Secret. Yes, ma'am. Because Kendall is not really tall enough to actually be a Victoria's Secret model to walk the runway. She really isn't tall enough. She's not 6 foot. Those girls are about six, about 5'10" and taller. She's just naturally thin, so she looks taller. But yeah, you're right.
I think their situation. Going to the Red Table Talk. I think their situation is tragic. I think it
Not if
brings
it's open. It ain't tragic if it's open.
mm,
if it's. And I'm speaking in regards to.
I'm looking on both sides of this.
No, no,
Uh,
no. I agree with you. It's not open if it's tragic. It's open if you still got them feelings there.
no, no, no. What I'm saying
You
is, I
you see
think
what I'm
it's.
saying?
I do. What I'm saying is, I think it's tragic if this is true, right? And that they decided to share it and give an example to everyone, um, uh, of how
Kate,
supposedly rational
Caitlyn
people.
is Caitlyn is the father. That's Bruce. Caitlyn is Bruce, not Kendall.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Um, and no, I think if it's true, I think it's tragic. But there are people who are dealing with real life, you know, issues, and I hate when sometimes when reality stars and entertainers, you know, I'm not going to say exploit because it is their job. And
Not
I
their
feel
job though.
their job is to entertain. They get
Yeah.
paid
We don't, but we
for
that's not that.
their job
I
is
know
to
their job is to
if it
entertain,
was
but that is a
if
personal
it's
marriage.
if it
That
was
is
a
not our
real
business.
personal if it was a real personal issue, none of us would have known.
None of us would have known about that,
No, none of
especially
us
four
wouldn't have
years
known
ago.
if August didn't make a song about it. None of us would have
Well,
known.
but the incident happened 4 years ago. You got to
Yeah,
look
it
at it from
happened
that
four
point.
years ago.
Listen, and even
So,
if it,
so
go
go
ahead,
ahead. Lon.
go ahead,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no, 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 no. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is that yes, we know all types of entertainers make songs about past relationships, and that is what Taylor Swift does.
Right.
She get into a
Yes.
relationship and she
And
makes a
her
song.
songs are so horrible. I don't even know why people like her songs.
So
I'm
my
sorry.
point is
I said
that
that out
regardless
loud.
of whether, yes, she did, regardless of whether or not, excuse me, that uh, this guy makes a song about it, is irrelevant. No one has the right to address anything in a public forum that is supposed to be private. The only
Right.
reason why you would do that is because you knew it was a hot topic, and you know the type of status that you have as two individuals, not being a generalized private citizen. And you knew between Will and Jada, you knew that this was going to be huge, huge, huge views. Mind you, they're going to make money off of those views.
Yeah.
So I want that to
She
be
got paid because they said she crashed the internet or something like that. She had like a certain amount of viewers. They said that recently, like today, that they had like I don't know the numbers. Shame on me for not knowing the numbers, but it went bananas. It went
Well, good for
bananas.
her because she ain't did shit since Gotham. Good for her. She got to pay now.
now. And again, right? I know she had another show that I really liked. That was
Where
that she
she was
did
a
as well.
nurse.
Yeah, I like that show.
I
Yeah,
like
so
that.
she did the nurse show, and then as that was dying off, then Gotham came out.
Picked up. Yes,
Mhm.
I'm just saying. I think it's a interesting conversation. I look at it as any other regular bullshit made up that is anything that can be shared in Facebook that doesn't have anybody fact checking shit. So yeah, I think it's a good enough to have an interesting conversation
Hawthorne,
about.
that's what it was. And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
Tommy, you're right. They did know that the interview was gonna come out. They
hmm
did.
yeah, yeah. That's it. That's why I'm like the whole thing just so uninteresting to me because I don't. If it was regular people, right? If this was on Iyanla Fix My Life, if it was on there, I actually probably would have given 75 or 80%
Right,
of some of the truth because even
right.
some of that is scripted, right? Just to make ratings. That's how people.
No, none of that is scripted. Can't
Yeah,
be.
I'm picking up your sarcasm, so shut the hell up. But and I think this is as well. I think there's
Mhm.
10% truth, and the
Yeah,
rest is money.
yeah.
So I don't give
I
it
still
any
want to negate
interest.
the fact that Will was hurt.
No,
Oh
and
yeah, no,
again,
he was hurt. He was hurt. I have no doubt about that.
unless he's going for a Web Award for a dramatic actor in a reality series.
No, no,
Well,
I don't care how much acting in the world you did. That was not
yeah.
acting. That was not acting. Because he
Mm.
talked to her again on a couch about something different, and he was crying then too. No,
Well,
there's
that was
some
the
hurt
Father's Day.
going on.
That was
Yeah,
the Father's Day
that
thing.
there's some hurt going on in that. There's
Yeah,
some hurt that they need to work on. They legit need to go sit down and talk to a counselor,
yeah.
separately and
Mm,
together. No,
oh,
that was hurt.
maybe that's the next episode of the Red Table Talk.
Hmm.
Y'all is going to sit down and they're going to have a counseling session for everyone to see.
Yeah.
No, Ayana would never sit down at a red table and have a
Okay, well,
conversation
whoever,
with them.
somebody else.
She
Somebody,
would no, because
somebody.
no, and the reason I say that
My
is
buddy's
because
spirit may do it.
the reason I say Ayana would never do that is because she is very thorough. Like even when R. Kelly, that whole R. Kelly surviving
I
R. Kelly stuff came out, Sway asked her, and they said it jokingly on the show. Maybe you can help R. Kelly because she was being interviewed around the same time that surviving R. Kelly Part 1 came out. And she said you're joking about it. She said, but actually he did reach out to me. And so Sway was like, wait a minute, R. Kelly reached out to you? And she said, yeah. She said, but I have a 20-page rigorous interviewing page that you have to fill completely out. She said, and he was not ready to do the work. And because he was
she's
not ready
rough.
to do the work, I was not going to have him on the show because what I'm not going to do is exploit him and make it look like that I'm trying to get ratings. No, she would never do that. She would never.
Yeah,
I'm getting dizzy.
yeah.
She would never.
Well, you guys. Woo!
We have ran out of time, and I
We
have no jewels tonight. So, what's the jewels that y'all have? I'm
okay.
dizzy.
We're gonna let Mr. LB go first. We're gonna go to New Jersey first.
Other way.
that way. um,
Well,
one of the things I will say, just for everyone to remind that we need to be more kind, empathetic, generous, compassionate with everyone that we meet on a daily basis. Everyone
Yes.
has a story to tell. Everyone has a tragedy that they're holding inside. Everyone has something that they're masking behind a smile.
Mm-hmm.
So before we make the assumptions of what's on the outside, let's stop and just think about for a second that if you think that you're going through something, there could be someone that's going through something just as traumatic, just as horrible, just as bad, but they're going to work. They're trying to have life as best way they could with a smile on their face. So think
Right.
so have that thought process in the back of your mind, um,
Yeah.
before saying that someone has an attitude or they're mean or they're mad or this person is unapproachable. Stop and think
Yeah.
about that for a second.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and my number one gem is, always stay positive. We're in times right now that when you turn on the television, it's confusion. When you step outside your door, it's confusion. When you walk down the street, it's confusion. So what we have to do as people is we have to continue to stay as positive as we can, and keep good energy around you. Keep good energy around. It's nothing like having phenomenal conversation with your friends. If you're not
Yeah.
able to go to therapy, because that's something that's really, really highly recommended now for everyone. If you're not able to go to therapy, keep good people around you. Have that friend or
Hmm.
those friends who you can sit down and talk to and feel like you're not going to be judged based on what comes out of your
Correct.
mouth.
Correct.
So keep those people, keep that energy around, and continue to stay as positive as possible. Because when you have good energy, you can always shine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just to piggyback off of what you said, Erskine, because I agree with everything that you said, you and Lauren said, when you pick those people, as he said, make sure that they're not judgmental, but they will also hold you accountable when you're
Right,
wrong.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So we
That
just we really do appreciate you all for coming when we go live, because we try to have fun, we try to be lighthearted.
yeah.
We fuss, we argue, but it's
Well,
nothing but love up in
it's
here.
it's love, but and
It's
see,
love.
that's what makes this so unique. We all come from the same hometown. We've had different
Yeah.
paths of life that we've traveled. But the beautiful thing about all three of us, we're friends from the same heart. We're cut
Yeah.
from the same core, and that's what makes it so unique. I'm entitled to get checked by my friends because you guys wouldn't be my friends if you didn't check me if I was wrong. I wouldn't be being a friend to
Same
you
here.
guys because people get it twisted that because you're in a certain line of work you're supposed to know everything, and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work that way. It doesn't work that way. So when you have your friends that are there to correct you on certain issues, that's what you call a phenomenal relationship. You know what I mean? So
You're right.
so yes, our goal every night when we come into your homes with Unfiltered No Chaser is to have debates that everyone's going to walk away and understand something from it, because
Right.
you'll have one side of the audience that's going to say, "Hey, I get it, what Nietzsche's
Mm-hmm.
saying," or "I get what LB is saying," and then you're going to have another side of the audience that's going to say, "I get what EJ is saying." But that's the beauty of it. That's the debate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty
Yeah.
of it, and it's very similar to sports. It's very similar to sports. Some people can argue and say, LeBron James is the best basketball player ever. When you talk to somebody that went to high school with us when we was in school, you couldn't tell us that Michael Jordan wasn't the best basketball player in the world. It's
Mm-mm.
just a debate. But LeBron is phenomenal and Mike is phenomenal, and that's the beauty of our relationship. We're phenomenal, and we're going to keep that going. So we
Right.
thank you all for allowing us to come into your homes every Saturday night at
Every
7:30.
Saturday night.
Every
Every
Saturday night at
Saturday night.
7:30.
Every
So
Saturday night.
this
Every
is your boy
Saturday night.
EJ
Every Saturday night.
Alexander checking
And
in
this
from
is
NY.
Nitra. This is
This is
Nitra.
LB.
This is
This
Nitra.
is LB.
This is
This is
Nitra.
LB.
We love
This is
you.
Peace.
Ethan.
We love
I'm
you.
alone.
Peace. Peace.
Peace, love.